Good morning, Andy.
What's up? Who says?
I'm telling you, was that a crazy game or what?
Oh my gosh. I stayed there. I
Um,
mean, right to the end, I was like, when they threw that pick, he threw that pick
oh
going
my,
down, I was like, okay, click, turned it off.
oh man, yeah, and I was up till 2 in the morning over here. I couldn't get enough of it. I was just watching it, and afterwards, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed. It was crazy. Oh my goodness, it's good to be back here. I'm going to Indy tomorrow. Gonna hang out, see a bunch of friends down there from college and stuff. So anyway,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was man, what a season! What a crazy, crazy year. Good stuff.
Man,
So, yeah, it was a hard game. Oh my, I knew it would be. Oh my gosh, Miami's come on there. But anyway,
all the back
well,
and forth. I kept thinking, well, Indiana's going to run away with it, and then here comes Miami coming back. And crazy explosive plays too. It was a fun game to watch.
can you hear me? Yeah, I was. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I think I got okay. Yeah, my AirPods here. I'm back here at my mom's. So we've got a few people coming in here. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Melanie, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. If you guys can turn on your cameras, turn them on. It always helps. If not, it's okay. But try to. I haven't had a shower yet. I'm good. Went in threw some water on my hair because it was looking pretty crazy.
Still
So
celebrating that Indiana win. That's all right.
heck yeah, I was up late, up late, up late, late, late. So good to see everybody. Come on in. They're still coming. Here they come. More and more. If you can turn on your cameras, turn on your cameras. Play along, participate. It always helps. Hello, Brett. How are you? Brett, where are you at? Oh yeah, Colorado Springs. Shoot. You're right there. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
You can't. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. These AirPods sometimes they cut in and out here. They were. So anyway, Bjorn, hello. Where are you at, Bjorn? Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm North Denver, Thornton
North
area.
Denver. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Very cool. Are you new to our group?
yeah, been here about a month now, so
Okay, good. It's good
enjoying
to
the
have you.
training.
Yeah, it's
Good
good to
info.
have you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Those first months, that first month or two can be so overwhelming. It's like, oh my goodness,
It's a
it's
bit.
just it's a
It's all good
fire
though.
hose.
Yeah.
It's a fire hose of info. So anyway, but yeah, it's good to see everybody, guys. We're just here. This is so normally Tuesdays we would be here doing the training. This is the first time we've had to move things in, gosh, I mean, as long as I can think of, 4 years probably that we've been doing this. But normally Tuesdays would be our like a training of some sort. The guy that we have coming in tomorrow, he could not do Tuesdays, and we really wanted to bring him in. I mean, he's an EXP agent doing a lot of great stuff. He's also a real estate coach, just some different things. His schedule just didn't allow it, so we went ahead and, as we talked about it and thought about, like, let's go ahead and just switch these 2 days for this week so that he could come in and train. So that'll be tomorrow at the same time, same Zoom link. Okay. So anyway, but this here, if you're new to this, and several of you are, there's people on here I don't recognize, but if you're new to this, again, normally on Wednesdays, we just meet and it's just open. What do you guys want to talk about? Who's got a question about anything? The market, marketing, something with a particular deal, or just anything like that, or one of the trainings. I mean, we'll just get into a good discussion, see where it goes. We never know where this is going. So anyway, but it would definitely help if we had more than four cameras on. We got what, 12 people in here. So anyway, if you could turn on your cameras, turn on your cameras, because otherwise it's Andy and I and Melanie and Bjorn. We'll hang out. So anyway, so there we go. Somebody's Chuck. Chuck's always good. Down there in New Orleans. Hello, Chuck. Driving. Be careful. Be safe. So totally good. So what's Bjorn? How long you been in the business?
Oh, about a month and a half now. So,
Oh, see, brand new real
oh,
estate.
brand new. Yeah, doing dual
Oh
career
wow.
right
Okay.
now until I get the real estate thing up and running. But that's the
Okay.
eventual goal. So,
Okay. What's
yeah.
your other job? What's your other job? Can I ask?
Project manager for past 20 years in financial industry. So back
Okay.
office, IT, that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. What made you decide to get your real estate license?
Family's always had rentals. It's always been an interest of mine. So it was just, if not now, when? So just
Yeah.
decided to do it. Kids are getting older, so figure
Yeah.
it's a good time to get into it.
Yeah. Good for you. Well, and here's one of the things I see, and I tell people, I've been telling these people that have been coming in and joining me here lately. I've been here at EXP for 8 years, been in the business for 24. The thing that I see is just, like plug in. The more you can plug into these,
Mhm.
especially Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I mean, I just see it. The agents and Andy, I don't know your thoughts on this too. Like the agents that we see consistently, and not you, you don't have to come to anything, and you won't come to everything. But the more you can plug in, the better, because
Mhm.
you're going to pick up ideas. You're going to pick up nuggets. I mean, even if it's a training on a Tuesday, the topic of it, I just have no interest in that topic. Still come if you can, because you'll pick up things. You'll pick up nuggets, things that will help your business. And I
Right.
just see it. The people that are consistently coming to these things and showing up, going through the different courses that EXP offers, that kind of stuff, putting it into action. That's the key, of course.
Yeah.
We can get all kinds of knowledge, but if we don't act on it, but what that can do for your business and take off, we haven't figured it out for this last year, but I know in 2024, my wife and I mean, we worked together. We had 10 extra closings, about 160,000 extra in commission for us from just things that I picked up on those Tuesday masterminds,
Mhm.
So it's just, plug in, you'll get things out of it for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I think we'd all take an extra 10 closings if we can get them. So,
No doubt.
yeah.
Well, the one thing, that I was in the car business for 30 years before I got into real estate. And, we used to tell when it was dead on the car lot. I mean, this is just a little philosophy kind of thing with it. But, we used to tell them, you know, if you look busy, it attracts people. People want to come do business with you if you look busy. And so we would send them out on the lot to wash the cars or move the car. We would move the car lot, like move the cars from the back to the front and just move the entire car lot just to be doing something, just when there wasn't nothing going on. And it would make people stop to see what was happening. And I mean, so if you even just look at it from that perspective, that the biblical saying that idle hands are the devil's work, I mean, hey, if you look busy and you are busy, you're going to make yourself be busy. Something's going to happen, if you just start doing it. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a question. So I have
Hey,
three
Bjorn's on.
listings and I'm new to Bjorn. So I think I'm since November. So this is
Great.
all very new. But how do I get eyes on them? Like I like the whole idea that you said, Andy, about staying busy, but just posting to like my local group doesn't really get people to buy necessarily. So what are your suggestions?
Well, you can always, boost your listings and I don't know what CRM you're using. Is it KV Core probably or
Yeah,
BoldTrail?
correct.
Yeah, so BoldTrail, it doesn't cost a lot of money. I mean, I think the last time I did it, it was like $60 to boost a listing. And I actually got I think four leads off of it whenever I did that. People
Oh.
just checking it out and getting into your system. Now you know, I would say probably 50% of them didn't pan out to be anything. I don't know that I've actually sold anything off of it, but it did generate activity, so yeah, and I would, the whole, um, I don't know, the go-go real estate. You know who go-go is?
Hmm.
Well, if you don't know, go look up GoGo on Instagram, and she is with EXP, and she posts. I'll bet you she posts probably 35 or 40 reels a day on Instagram and Facebook. Now she has a team, big team that does it for her, but she is everywhere. I mean, every time I turn on Facebook, if I open up Facebook or Instagram, there's GoGo, there's GoGo, there's GoGo, and she's not just promoting the same thing; it's everything. She's promoting her team's listings. She's promoting other people's listings. If you don't have a listing, promote other people's listings. She's just
You've said that before too. Just ask for permission and then post their listing just to
yeah.
see
You don't
what
have to
people.
ask permission in EXP world, like with other EXP agents, as long as you give them credit for the listing. So it's a really easy way to do it. Um, so that's what I would say is just be everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. And if it's in a good, populated area, if you don't want to do an open house, get another agent to do an open house for you, and just have a she does that with her team. They do open houses
Okay,
every Saturday and Sunday.
here's the caveat. Two are fixers and one's commercial. So
Ah,
they're like wonky ones too.
I
Like,
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so
Say
you might not want to do an
say
open
that
house.
say that again, Melanie. There
I
was
said
somebody talking.
two are fixer uppers, like they need fixing, and one's commercial.
Hold on a minute. I gotta mute everybody. Mute, mute, mute. If you're in the back, if you have noise in your background, mute yourselves, please. I'm trying here. I'm gonna change that right now. Anybody new that comes in, we're gonna mute them. I so there we go. Okay, cool. So I'm sorry. Say that again, Melanie, because again there was
So yeah, so two are fixer uppers and one's
okay,
commercial.
okay,
So
okay.
I feel like that makes it trickier, but I don't know because I'm new.
One of the things, and here's just a thought too. Like my daughter right now in Wisconsin, her husband, they're looking around now, looking to buy their first home. And one of the things that they're done, what she's done, is like she's gone into these different homes that she's even pictures that she's seen online, and some of them need some work, and maybe they're dated, just different things. But she's using AI, like taking the picture of that room, and now do this, just to give her ideas for herself of what it could be.
That's
And,
great.
and
Isn't
again,
there an
even
app that does that, or I
she's
remember
using
someone
Chat
talking about
GPT.
that.
You can take a picture, put it in there, and just,
Oh, okay.
whatever, and turn this into a, whatever, make this room look like a whatever. There's things you can do. Just give it some prompts, and Andy, maybe you can help with that. But I think just even to take something like that, and you can let people know this is a fixer upper. Look, here's the before. Here's what could be the after. Here's some ideas, and just you make a reel out of that. You make a video and just be posting that, and come up with different ideas like that. Again, just you're just going to draw attention to
Okay. I like
you
that.
and to the house. Give people some things because people can't see past that stuff sometimes.
I
You
know.
know, so like one of the houses, in fact, they're looking right now, possibly today or tomorrow, they might put an offer in. It was built like in the like early 90s or something. There's a lot of paneling, like the wood paneling, in this house. But she took it and just put it in there. Like, if we take this out and paint and what, and she, like, it was amazing what she was able to make that look like. It's got her excited about the house. They know it's going to take some work, but some people just can't see past that. So it's hard to post like pictures of this house all over the internet. Like people are, what
Yeah, and
the
I'm
heck?
like, my husband's like, "Do you think it's gonna sully your brand?" I'm like, "Oh no, now I'm doubting myself." But yeah, but doing here's
You
what
could
it
do
could look
multiple
like.
side by side, before, after, before what it
Yeah,
could be. Here's before what it could be, room by room. You can make 10 different posts out of 10
yeah.
different pictures,
Okay.
yeah, whatever.
Right.
Call me for details, DM me for details, whatever. The other thing too is take, like, one of the things, like we're running at right now, my wife and I, for she just got a new listing. And again, market with the monthly payment. We it's a new build actually, and the builder has given us the listing to put on and market it, and if we get the buyer, we're getting 5% on it. He's giving us the listing for like 60 days, and so we're kind of going overboard a little bit on the marketing. So one of the things we did on that was like taking all the builders incentives, what's the best possible like monthly payment that could happen on this house, and it came to $2,668. So yeah, we the marketing in there, we don't even have the price in the listing. We've got, this home could be yours for as little as, $2,668 per month. DM me for details, whatever, with the video tour and all this stuff. Now it's a new build, so it looks great, but you have people out there going, wow, for $2,600, like I'm almost paying that in rent in Colorado Springs, 2,400 a month average, that kind of stuff. It's like people might look at that and go, we need to call Jeff and Lane. How do we get in that house for $2,600? Like, let's, because we want the phone to ring. We
Yeah,
want leads. We want to get it sold so we can get, it's 5% commission to us if we
yeah.
can get it sold. So anyway, and here's what we did. So I get my daughter, she's helping us pull all that together. We're paying her to do it. And but then we're boosting it. We're just boosting it through Facebook and through Instagram because you can do that. We're paying I think we're doing $10 a day for a week, whatever. And with Facebook's algorithm and stuff, it said we'll get 80,000 views if we do $10 a day, over 7 days. So, we'll pick up some leads for that for sure. But our hope is to sell the house, not just, you know, get a bunch of leads either, but we'll take either. I mean, it's good. So, but that's just a thought on a fixer upper is maybe take that AI. And Andy, you could use, I know you use ChatGPT, just take a picture of that, and put it in there and please turn this room, please give me an image, turn this room into a, whatever, update this room, with nice, warm colors, with whatever, just give it, and you can always just tweak it as you go, add it, give it some more things if you don't like what you see. But I would just do like, here's before and after, here's the living room before after, here's the kitchen before after.
Yeah, or an either or. Do you like modern? Do you like farmhouse? This is what the kitchen could be. One of those. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
give them
I like
some vision for it, and then maybe with a monthly payment. This house could be yours for as little as, whatever.
100 bucks a
Do it.
month. Your tax refund.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
So
the cool thing about using ChatGPT is only limited by your imagination. So if you go in there, like what Jeff's saying, for instance, the way I would start that conversation with ChatGPT is I'm going to give you a picture of a room in a house, and I want you to act as a professional marketer and a professional photographer, and I want you to
good,
do this or interior design, tell it how to act. Then tell it what you want it to do to change this room into a farmhouse. So, whatever, and have it do it. And then say at the end of that, say, if you are not able to do this, then tell me what program to go out and get to best do this. I do that all the time. And it'll tell me a lot of times, like it'll say, I'm limited on what I can do here, but if you will go to Manus, it will do this for you for free. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. And then so I said, well, give me a prompt to put into Manus so that I don't have to retype all this. And it'll give me the prompt. I go into Manus, drop it in there, boom. The other day it spit out a 25-page SOP for me for our real estate business in a matter of 35, 40 seconds. And I had been working on this thing half a day. And I was like, I'm overthinking this. I gotta
good.
figure out a better way to do it.
It's really good. Does that help, Melanie? You can't overpost it, just to get it out there again in all the different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I would go all over the place, and
Yeah,
just post some
what's it
different
gonna hurt?
things.
They're all
Yeah,
free.
create a landing page. If you haven't done that yet, create a landing page with BoldTrail, just for
Yeah.
that listing, and you could do that
Oh,
and do
that's a
some different things, and you're just posting that link like every day, whatever. Just I don't know, but with the name, they need the name, the email, whatever, and the phone number if you want to get the details of the house kind of thing. And now you're picking up leads from that as well. And if you don't know how to do a landing page, go back and watch the training that Anthony Robinson did 9 months ago. I was just in there yesterday. It's on our YouTube channel for Freedom Team, and look for it's like KV Core Hacks. I think it says something on there
yeah,
like,
it's my list of like videos to watch.
yeah,
Saved
yeah.
it.
Watch that one. Absolutely watch that one. I would move that to the top of your list because in terms of just some good little marketing tips, and again, it's all free stuff that you can do with your BoldTrail. You know. So Andy went in that night. We had that training 9 months ago, and right, Andy, you went through and set up some stuff that he did that night and picked up a cash buyer or something like the next day. Some
Yeah.
crazy thing.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I thought I knew almost everything there was to know about, well, it used to be KV Core, but Bold Trail. And then after watching his training, I was like, I obviously need to do some more homework. I don't know nothing. And then
Yeah,
so I just did a few little changes that he, suggested changing. And yeah, it was like a night and day difference. One thing was I thought my website was being found on Google. I thought somebody could go in and, Google my name and my website would pop up. Nothing was further from the truth. Google
yeah,
was burying. your website. If it is hooked to those words EXP Realty, it will bury your website because it thinks you're stealing EXP material. So if you don't have a vanity domain, which he explains how to do that, if you do have a vanity domain, you can be found. So I immediately went out and bought Andy Sells the Beach. And then now, when you Google my name, guess what? Website pops to the top. Well, my YouTube channel pops to the top first, but then the
Yeah.
website. So yeah, it was pretty amazing training.
So I had it through GoDaddy. It's I've always done it. So I had Go. I have 3 or 4 different GoDaddy domains registered that point to my BoldTrail homepage. All ColoradoSpringsHomes.com. Goes to my BoldTrail homepage, but it's not. People won't find that in the search. I mean, again, because of you have to do the vanity domain through BoldTrail, and I didn't know that either. I mean, whatever. So it's just you want to watch that training because you'll
So I
get you'll
think
get more business, more leads.
yeah, I need to do that because I made 2 vanity domains like Melanie Sells Ohio, Melanie Buys Ohio, and they kind of dump in. But still, if no
Did
one's
you get them
searching,
through GoDaddy?
yeah. So same
Yeah,
thing. So it's not going to be seen. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
want to do it through the back office of BoldTrail. They have a thing
Yeah,
in
they
there. It's like
charge
11 bucks a month or something, right?
11 bucks
11.
a month. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I just put in the chat the link to that training that Anthony did, just so if anybody wants to watch that, that's one I would highly recommend. If you have BoldTrail, definitely one you want to watch. And then if you want to, I'll also put it in here. Those of you guys that are new, if you don't know, then Anthony, basically, we partnered up with him. He charges like, I want to say it's 120, 130 a month now for his BoldTrail training. It's month to month, but we get a discount with Freedom Team. And I'll put that link right here in the chat. Hold on a minute. Here we go. So definitely worth checking out. You can get into it for he actually raised the price. It's 40 bucks a month for us, but again, it's a significant discount from what he charges everybody else. And you can do it for a month, 2 months. Most people are with him for about 2 months. They get what they need and get out. You can stick with it. It's technology. It's always going to change. But he goes live like every day, like almost 5 days a week, and all the recorded stuff. They do tech support. If you ever need tech support, I've had this question like 3 times in the last week or so. If you ever need tech support, like you're stuck on something with your BoldTrail, if you go into EXP World, go to agent support and then click tech support, and they can handle it in there. Okay. So, Cheryl, can you drop the first link again? So yeah, for the training, I'll put the training link in there, that video. Hold
Hey,
on.
Jeff, if
Yes.
you let me share my screen real quick. I'm
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
give you something that's gonna help out tremendously.
Okay. Here, hold on a second. And there you go.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So if you go into YouTube and go to and do in the search bar inside real estate and then subscribe to this channel, this is all things Bold Trail. This is who owns Bold Trail is Inside Real Estate. And so they do this is all you have to do is come in here if you're looking for something like um, go in here to the search and say how to create a landing page. If I could spell. And then when you hit it, there you go. Look at there. There's a video leveraging PDFs with landing pages, KV Core landing pages. I mean, it really hasn't changed since 21. So this tells you exactly how to do anything you want to do. You just type it in the search and then watch a video. There's so many videos on how to do everything you want to do. But it's Inside Real Estate. I would subscribe to that channel.
Yeah. That's
It's good.
awesome.
Yeah, and it'll teach you everything you need to know about Bold Trail. This is how I learned most of the stuff that I was doing, beforehand. And then when Anthony came along, I was like, wow, because he just
Yeah.
goes so much deeper into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He shows you all
Well,
the
what I liked about Anthony's training also was like he's like, here's how to make this thing work. Here's what you need. I know in the back office we've had some different trainings with Bold Trail the last several years, but one of these, if you go to the back office of Bold Trail and the training in there, from what I was told, there's over 4,000 videos in there. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no way. Whereas Anthony was kind of like here's what you need to make this work for your business. You don't
Yep.
need all 4,000 of these videos. Here, let me give you this. Let me give you this. Let me give you this. I know he gave us three landing pages that everybody should do. He's like, do a landing page on new listings, do a landing page on price reductions, do a landing page on open houses coming up this weekend. And he walked us through step by step exactly how to do it. And once you learn how to do it, you could do a landing page in 5 to 10 minutes, it's done. And you never have to do it again. It's a live link. So then he's like, okay, every Monday, post the link to the page for new listings. Show everybody all the new listings that came on the market over the weekend, and you post that all your social media. Wednesdays, all the price reductions. Thursdays, all the open houses coming up this weekend. And in order for anybody to get that info, any of that stuff, they have to put in their name, their email, their phone number. And now they get access to all the stuff, but you get the lead. It comes into your Bold Trail back office. So, and those are just free leads. And guys, here's the thing: if you do it consistently every week, if you let me ask you this: if it brought an extra 6 deals this year, would that be worth it? Just 6 deals. It's
Of
only six
course.
deals, but how much is that? I mean, I don't know. What's your average commission? 12,000, 15,000, depending on where you live. I mean, that could be an extra, I don't know, 70, $80,000, $90,000 this year. Like, we'll all take that. So yeah, so that's what you want to think about. I mean, again, all these different tools. It's like it's worth just at least learning some of the basic stuff like that, which is just free to do. Now, there's people using all kinds of stuff to bring in more leads with Bold Trail, and you can do all that. I know a team. I think there's a team in Colorado Springs. They're paying like 3,000 a month for their Bold Trail to bring in leads for their team, which is great. If that's working for them, it's great. But there's ways to do it also just for free to bring a few extra deals. So whatever you're looking to do, it's just there's plenty of ways to bring in business. So
Yeah, one more thing I want to show, Jeff, before we
yep,
get off this
yeah, for
off
sure.
this subject. So if you go into your website, and I would do this once, twice, 3 times a day. I mean, however many times you want to do it. But see, like mine is andysellsthebeach.com. So you come straight into your website. If you go right here, and I don't know why mine's loading so slow, but like you go right here where it says our listings, these are EXP listings. They're EXP specific listings, and every one of your pages probably look like this. Then you have just listed and just reduced. That's what I have on mine. So what you can do is come in here and just say like click this first one, and when it opens it up, you just come right here and say share on Facebook, and you can literally just share this listing on Facebook. And I don't know why the pictures aren't loading, but you can right here share on Twitter, share on Facebook, share on Pinterest. I mean, you can share it to all your social media sites. And then what I would probably do is come in here and I would copy the description of the thing. Just take and copy that, go into ChatGPT and say, I want you to act as an expert marketer. Again, I can't spell today. In Facebook, and write me a post on this description. I usually talk to my ChatGPT so I don't have to do all this typing. And then just paste that description that you just copied from the other one. And then what it says in 2 seconds, boom, here's a clean scroll stopping Facebook post that you can use. And then so once you share that on Facebook, then you have a complete Facebook post. Copy this, direct Gulf front, no HOA, room for everybody, and then boom. Curious, drop the word bliss in the comment and I'll message you the details. I mean, it does all the work for you. It's a matter of seconds. You could do this every single morning when you get up. First thing, just make it a part of your routine to post a listing. And then when you
Andy,
post
before
it,
you leave that,
yeah,
can you do the same thing? Do, my listing buddy, the prompt that Nick has given us over there on the
yeah.
left?
Hmm.
Can you show people that real quick? Because there's a lot of people new that, that was a training we did months ago, and it's one of Nick Cram. So Nick, just so you guys know, if you're new to us, the first Tuesday of every month we bring in Nick Cram. Nick is an AI expert. He has a course that you can get certified AI. A lot of us have been through that, whatever. But he comes in and trains on AI, and this is a prompt that they gave us that he put in, and we can share the prompt with you. There it is, Andy. Just put it in the chat. Is that the prompt right there, chat, or the
That's the
link to my
GPT. Yeah,
listing, buddy?
that's
Yeah,
the only way to get it. You can't search for it and find it.
yeah. So if you take that, guys, and again, you can save it, to your prompts on your chat GPT. Show everybody what happens with this, like, because it's got the whole thing right there. Can you do that
Yeah,
with
so
that?
like if it says create all marketing for my listing, create all my marketing for my open house, create all my marketing for just sold. But right here, create a listing description. You can literally come in here and create a listing description, and it will ask you, details. So it needs the full address, the property type, and then you fill all this stuff out. And when you fill all this stuff out, it is literally going to spit out your entire listing description. Or you can take it and do like the one I just did, just say, just rewrite this listing description for SEO. Oh, I messed up. I forgot I had copied that. Let me go back to the one we just had, the listing description. Here it is.
There you go.
So it'll take that listing description that I just pulled up and it's going to rewrite it right
Are you
here.
sharing your screen, Andy?
I should
Yeah,
be.
yeah, we see it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh,
Okay.
must
So
be me.
see, here's the listing description that we put in that this person, whoever has that listing, has got in here. It says, "Welcome to Beachfront Bliss, a beautifully appointed direct Gulf front." Blah blah blah. But listen to the wording that it came up with. "Welcome to Beachfront Bliss, a fully furnished." I mean, it just rewrites it in a different form so that it sounds better, more inviting. And plus, it has keywords in there, AEO, SEO, so that it's searchable and it's findable on Google, within chat, the whole nine yards.
And
So
now,
yeah,
Andy, can
this
you
is,
copy what it did right there? And I think now, can you put that into the like, what's the next prompt up there at the top? Isn't it about you can do with my listing, buddy? It'll come up with all your social media posts.
yeah,
So you could take that.
I'll take it and go back to my listing buddy. Let's see. New chat. Yeah, so create all my marketing for my listing, and we'll just put that in there. Oh, it still needs, yeah,
It's
you
gonna
got to
ask you,
fill in
yeah,
all the
no,
stuff.
okay. But you do have that,
But
guys. It'll give you all your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your Pinterest. Like it'll do it all. Emails to send out to your database. For a new listing, whatever, however you want to work that. Go ahead, Andy.
yeah,
What are you gonna say?
yeah, that's what I was going to say. So you just fill in all the information. It knows what questions to ask you, and you just fill in all the information, and it'll do everything for you. So you
Yeah.
don't have to overthink it. Now, of course, AI has its flaws, so you do need to check and, number one, you need to check spelling. You need to make sure that it doesn't break any laws, that kind of thing. But like with me, I have gone in and trained mine not to use certain words, so I've gone in and trained it, like to not use master bedroom, that it has to use primary, that it doesn't use master closet or master bathroom. It always uses primary because that's against our Baldwin Realtor rules here, our local MLS. You can't use the word master anywhere. You can't use mother-in-law suite. You cannot use that. So I just put in all the stuff that I tell it never to use. And so it doesn't. And I also tell it to never be political, never give an opinion. And I also, at the end of the thing, when I'm training a guy, I told it, I said, while I'm not always right, I said, neither are you. So I want you to double check everything you tell me. And so that's
That's
what it
good.
does. So I
Really
argue with
good.
it, and then I also trained it to tell me, because a lot of times when you ask ChatGPT a question, if you ask it what time it is, it's going to tell you how to build a watch. So what I have done is gone in and tell it whenever possible, if I'm asking you a question, just give me a yes or no answer. And then so I've cut out all the fluff. So it doesn't go in anymore and give me this long drawn out answer when I just needed a yes. If I ask it, can I do this and blah, 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 well, then instead of telling me all the details of why I can do it, it just says, yes, you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if
It's
you want
good.
more detail, tell it, say, elaborate. I want you to, tell me the reason why, and it will.
Mhm. So, guys, just again on our Freedom Team YouTube channel, there's playlists. If you click at the top of the page, click playlists, and there is a playlist in there with all of the AI trainings we've had. Andy, I did notice, just so you know, I was going to go in there and maybe do this, but unless you wanted to do something different, but there's a couple of the AI trainings we've had that are not included in that AI playlist. And maybe, and I don't know if you did that for a reason, because I didn't want to go, I wasn't going to do anything without talking to you because you know more about that page than any of us. But there are a few that Nick has done for us that could probably be added to that list unless there's a reason not to.
Yeah, there was a couple of them that did not kind of meet the standard of training. In other
Okay.
words, he
Okay.
he had he had a guest speaker on one time talking about a program, trying to
Right.
sell a program,
For
and I
sure.
didn't include that.
Yeah. 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 For
And I
sure.
think there was one more too.
There's
So
been, I think, the last two. There's been a couple for the last couple of months that were really good. I think. Oh, you might
yeah,
want to look at that. Just if you think about it, whatever. But we could. I don't want to add them if we shouldn't. So, but just something I noticed. Bjorn, you want to unmute yourself and ask your question here, so we understand it and everybody can hear it. Ones that are, go ahead. You had a question in the chat.
Yeah, so my question was, being an associate broker, I'm getting conflicting information as to perhaps it's creating a vanity name or doing it under DBA, that I'm unable to register DBA as an associate broker, or something that does limit me on what type of vanity page I can post out there. So it seems, for me at least, I need to do everything explicitly under EXP. Not sure if anyone's
I
got some
think I
background
think I think you're mixing. It seems like you're mixing a couple different things. Like a
there.
vanity
Okay.
domain is like, like I've had if I went back, gosh, 15 years ago, I probably had over 100 domain names registered through GoDaddy. And these were domain names that are pointing to a page on my website. They're pointing to
Okay.
a report that I'm offering or whatever. And what I've learned, again, like you could register any kind of domain name.
Right.
Here's what I learned. Like rather than like for me, I would do like you know, like if I want to offer like I don't know, here's you know I've got let's say I put together and I used to have this, but let's say I put together on ChatGPT, I put together a report like a PDF, 27 tips to get more money when you sell your house, 27 tips to get top dollar when you sell your
Mhm.
house. I can put that out there and that will get leads. Okay. And then what I would do is I maybe would have that on a landing page, in this case, like BoldTrail, make a landing page out of that. They have to put in their name, their email to get it. But I could also do, trying to think, like I used to have, like I would test it. I would test different domain names, 27 tips for topdollar.com,
Okay.
27, whatever, 27 tips to make more money on my house.com. I mean, there's just different domains that you can test. It's funny because I would run ads in our local Saturday paper. This is years ago when people still did that.
Yeah.
And I would run an ad. I would run this. It was the same report, but it had a different domain name, and I'm testing the domain name. So this ad cost me $40. This ad cost me $40, and this domain got 10 leads, and this domain got 2 leads. I'm not going to use that domain
Mm.
anymore. I'm just going to double down on this one. Let me take $80 and put it on that one, and I'll get 40 leads or 20, whatever, 20 leads. And so I would test different domains that would just, because you can get a domain name on GoDaddy and whatever,
Right,
99
right.
cents and, $10 for the year or something. But I would test all these different things, So domain name versus like, again, a DBA, like doing business as, I mean,
Right.
again, that stuff, you two different things, really.
Okay. Okay. So pretty much there seems to be some flexibility creating any type of domain for your marketing
Yeah,
purposes.
like on my website, I've got, again, like to my homepage, I've got, all coloradospringshomes.com, the
Yeah.
morelgroup.org. I mean, we got like 5 or 6 different domain names. And again, depending on who I'm marketing to and what I'm doing, I'll
Hmm.
put that domain name out there to lead people back to that page where they're going to search for homes, you
Okay.
know?
All right.
So, anyway, stuff like that. Um, does that help? Does that
Yeah,
answer
it
that
does.
question
I think
pretty much?
perhaps
Yeah.
watching the BoldTrail video as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
appreciate
That'll
it.
be good for him.
Thank
So
you.
anyway, Trish, it's good to see you here. Trish is up there in Boulder. How you doing this morning?
Hi, doing great, Jeff. You?
Good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm back in Indiana. I came back here to visit family here with my mom
Ah,
for a couple of weeks, and then I was up till 2 in the morning watching the aftermath of the college football championship that Indiana won for the first time ever in
Oh,
their
yay!
you were down there all partying with them. Don't even act like it.
oh my
You're
gosh, it
happy.
was crazy. It was crazy. So
I was
anyway,
excited for them.
yeah, it was fun to watch. So Kathy, how are you doing?
Good, good, good.
Good. So
I
I
good
just
to
didn't
wanted
see
to
stay up
you.
share.
till
I,
2 o'clock.
sorry.
What's that?
I said I didn't stay up till 2 watching it
Yeah.
all. I watched the whole game. I thought it was amazing, though.
Oh my gosh, that game was crazy. I was a mess
Yeah.
for 4 hours, but it was it's good when it was over. Let's see. Jen had
I
a
think Trish was
question.
going to say, Trish, were you
Oh
going
yeah,
to ask something?
Well, I was just going to say that I thought I was coming in for the Canva thing, and I'm like, what are they doing? And I have to say that there's a lot of value in what you guys delivered just off the cuff, and I really appreciate that.
for
Thank
sure.
you.
Canva's next Tuesday, right, Kathy?
That's right.
Oh,
It's
it's not
next
tomorrow, not
Tuesday.
today.
Yeah, and we
Well,
had to
it
switch. We
was
had a
Trish.
couple switches on the calendar.
Yeah,
Okay.
Good.
and so, but the calendar should have been updated a week or two ago. Maybe put it on your calendar before, but it got switched to next Tuesday. And then we normally do this call on Wednesdays, but we got a special guest speaker coming in tomorrow, and he couldn't do Tuesdays, so he's going to be training on the six best lead conversions. And so come back tomorrow, same link. So normally our Tuesday class, like we normally do, is going to be tomorrow.
Well, you're just keeping me on my toes because I looked at the calendar, I put it in my calendar, and well, I didn't go back. So here I
Yeah.
am. And it's
Yeah.
all good because I'm glad I'm
It,
here.
yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen often, but yeah, we had to change a couple things
Yeah,
this
that's right.
month. So
Yeah, very cool. It's all
um
cool. Thank you.
let's see, Jen Persicki, I don't know if you're gonna unmute yourself, Jen. I don't know if your question got answered there. When you all post on social media, are you also including hashtags or just using SEO? I do hashtags all the time. And like Andy said, their chat GPT will give you hashtags as well, the best hashtags to use. So um, hopefully that helps. Pretty simple question. Who else has a question or a comment or a thought? What is it? It's 11:43 here where I'm at in Indiana. So we can stick around for another few minutes. A lot of people with their cameras off today, but that's okay. If everybody's busy doing stuff. The market seems like it's starting to turn a little bit. Anybody getting that feel? You guys are. It's getting busy.
Yeah, we just put another 1,085,000 under contract with a YouTube channel. So
Good for you. That's awesome. Very cool. I saw where mortgage applications went up 40% last week. So that's putting a couple things together for the newsletter that I do. But anytime the rates drop, I think all in all, people starting to come back in spite of all the craziness going on everywhere. But
yeah, I have a bone to pick with you about your newsletter, by the way.
do you?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh,
It's for a different conversation, maybe.
okay. Well, I'm happy to talk about it.
You keep creating blog posts that lead, down the rabbit hole back to your
They come back.
your
You don't have to
stuff.
use, but you know,
That means I can't copy it and steal it.
you could, but yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, I've done a couple things. This I was leading up to some stuff I was doing in January here, So like over December I did like several and just again
Yeah.
using Chat GPT to help me with that, whatever. But just, yeah. So
Oh, I like it. I just can't steal it.
yeah. But you know how to do that in a heartbeat. Oh my gosh. You could do that in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Make
but
it your
you're
own.
putting more work on me is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all good.
So I know I got a lot of people getting my newsletter and using it to send out themselves. But yeah, for sure. Just take those things out, make them yours, lead them back to your page. So it's all good. Who else has anything at all? Anybody that doesn't have their camera on, if you can unmute, if you have a question, if we can help you with anything, we're happy to. Things are good. Market's turning. Um, I do think it's going to be a busy spring. I really do. It's funny. We have a lady doing the funnels. We had a testimonial on this. She's back in Cleveland and got signed up, moved over to EXP. I want to say, or like middle of November. It's like right before Thanksgiving. Got her funnels going and started running $10 a day. And she had 58 leads, 10 appointments, and put two under contract. And that was about the middle of December in Cleveland. So anyway, that was good to see. Yes, Trish.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So, we talked a lot about leads. However, it's also important to be really good at converting those leads and closing those leads. So that's a skills question.
That's
For
why
sure.
you show up tomorrow. Look, keep going.
Okay, so tomorrow is a skills training.
It's on
It's a,
conversions.
it's
Yes.
on
Okay.
lead conversion. That's the
Best way
topic
to
tomorrow.
lead
But
conversion.
go ahead and ask what you want to ask, or
Yes.
Well,
let's
no,
talk
Okay.
about
that's,
that first. Yeah,
some
because
places
you're
where we
right.
can send uh, people, agents, especially newer agents, on, it's like practicing to play a game. You practice, so you learn how to play basketball or football or whatever. You have to learn how to convert and close.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily natural. Now, I've done all that work, but I know, like, I have a few agents that haven't done that work and need, a resource for that. And actually, Kelly and I were talking about that. She has two agents who are looking for a resource for that. So, just besides tomorrow, is there, like, say, for example, you've got a buyer right now who's like, oh boy, I don't know if I'm going to buy right now. I think prices are going to come down, rates are going to come down. I know what to say effectively, but is there something that is out there that people can use to train for that or to learn from?
Let me ask you, Trish. Like, what would you say to that? Like, what would be one of the things you would say to that?
Well, I would start with, if it's a buyer presentation and address that in the very beginning and say, hey, you know what, we're in a shifting market, and I know it's totally natural for all of us to think, what if prices come down? What if interest rates come down? And that creates a lot of hesitation and uncertainty and fear. So I just want you to know that's going to happen. And I want to discuss why you would want to move right now and what your options are so that when that does come up for you, when you like see a house and you love it and you want to buy it, but then you're like, oh my God, it's probably going to go down or rates are going to go down. I want to, I want to prepare you for that because I know it's going to happen. And
Okay.
that's the precursor, right? So then you get to that situation and maybe they're moving because they want to be close to their grandkids, or maybe they're moving because they need a house with more room. They're having a second baby or whatever it is, right? And you've had that conversation. And that's when you go back to that and say, well, Jeff, remember when we first talked and I said you're going to have this fear is going to come up, this subject's going to come up, and it's totally natural. let me ask you this. Do you still want to be close to your grandkids, or do you still need more room for your family? And then you shut up. I would shut up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And that would be my script, but it's a two-step process, right? It's setting expectations and then using that to close that gap. And they may not move forward, but the chances of them moving forward are much greater if you've had that conversation and then can
yeah.
go back to the motivation.
Remind them of their why.
Exactly.
Like why, again, that comes up in that first conversation. So why are you looking to buy? Why are you wanting to stop renting? Why are you looking to sell your house and move to Ohio? I mean, it's just,
Exactly.
and come down with that. And that, again, depending on that is the motivation to do it. And again, yeah, okay, yeah, rates might come down and we could wait for that, but you know what's going to happen? Every other buyer out there is going to do the same thing. And now you've got 10 offers you're competing with instead of just yours. And now the price goes up by $30,000 on the house. Here's what happened 3 years ago. Everybody was overpaying for these homes because that's what you had to do if you wanted that house. And that could happen again. The demand that is built up right now is bigger than I've seen ever in my 24 years of doing this. So when that lid comes off, buyers are going to come out of the woodwork. Mortgage applications went up 40% last week. People are starting to come into the market. Do you want to be competing with 10 other buyers, or do you want to have the best chance to get that house because you're the first offer they got and you're the only offer they got, and it's been in the market for 30 days? I mean, it's
I
just
love how you wrap that up with a question.
yeah, I want to get them talking, get them thinking
Right.
with that, whatever I think. And again, and then sometimes reminding them, okay, you mentioned you want to get closer to the grandkids, that are in Ohio, and you miss that. I mean, I mean, only you can answer. I'm not here to talk you into doing anything. You got to do what's right for you, and I respect whatever you decide. Like, I'm not here to push you in any way, shape, or form. And I emphasize that with them, and I want them to feel that. But let me ask you, like, we're talking about $10,000 here, about saving, maybe saving on this house. Like, is it worth 10,000? Is $10,000? Is that more? Does that mean more right now to use it? Is that something you have to have, or is it better to get over here with your grandkids? I
Mhm.
mean, and again, and I'm just and it's just a question. It's just like, let's talk about this. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. Let's get this offer in, kind of thing. I mean, it's just you'll again. I'm just trying to move them forward and reminding them sometimes because they get hung up on different things, buyers
Mhm.
and sellers. When it comes right down to it, it doesn't mean all that much. This is more important. Getting back there with your family. That's the whole reason you're doing this to begin with. Let's move forward.
Well, and
But
even if you want to
good.
go another level, like if the rates adjust a quarter point on a $500,000 house, it's about $75 a month difference in their payment. So, if it's a 0.5% on a $500,000 loan, it's probably 150, or it's not probably, it is. It's about 150. So I don't think it's as much savings as people think it's going to be, right? If rates adjust, they're not going to go down a whole percent like that anyway. So how long you want to wait, right? And tie that into the whole why. Do you really want to wait another 6 months or another year to get to see your to hang out with your grandbabies as much as you want to hang out with them and all those
Yeah.
things?
Here's one thing that I would just throw out too. Like one of the things, and we were talking, I do, like I send out to a bunch of agents, right? And one of the things I like about that, honestly, is like I've got about probably 10 to 12 different websites that I've got saved because I found good articles over time on them, and I just save them. I bookmark them, and those are the sites I go to looking for things to send out to agents. Now, I think here's what that's done. Like, I just read it on Saturday, 3 days ago, that mortgage applications went up 40% last week. Now, it's important to we need to be on top of this stuff. Like as realtors, I think it's important to have a few of those sites that you go to, whether, I think, realtor.com has some great stuff on there for realtors, real estate news. There's several different ones that just like daily updates on the real estate market. I think it's important for us to just, take 5 minutes a day and just click on those and just kind of keep up with what's new and what's going on, because it gives you things to be able to talk about. It gives you blog posts. It gives you videos to make. take that article, put it in Chat GPT, give me a 90-second video script based on this article that I could do, and now put that out there on social media. You're setting yourself up like, wow, Trish really knows what she's talking about. Trish is the expert with real estate. Like, here's another video. Trish has done 3 videos this week on the state of the market, kind of thing. It sets you up as like, people are going to start calling you. They're respecting you. Your credibility is growing. And we have all kinds of tools out there to just help us learn. Most agents, again, they're just waiting on the phone to ring, whatever. And I think about this too when it comes to meeting with a buyer or seller. And this is something for newer agents. How do I set myself apart? That was something I had to learn early on, which is why I learned marketing. That's why I went to that coaching program. So I tell you to come every Tuesday on here. Make it a part of your weekly schedule, Tuesday and Wednesday. Like, show up, because you're going to get ideas, and nuggets, ways to set yourself apart. Why should a buyer? There's 5,000 agents in Colorado Springs. Why should a buyer hire me? Like, because I'm gonna work hard for you. That's not gonna work. Oh, I'm the best realtor in town. Okay, prove it. Show me. What have you done? I don't know. Like, none of that stuff works. It's all just, every realtor says all the same stuff. What do you have that makes you different? Why should they hire? Why should a seller hire you? So I learned ways to market myself, and to make myself different and stand out. And it came because I got around the best agents literally in the country through this coaching program. Well, you got access to that right here. You really do. Pick up ideas. You ask that question. Here's the challenge. I went to a listing appointment, and they were talking to 4 other agents besides me, and I didn't get it. Can you guys help me? Here was my listing presentation. Can I go through a few of these different things with you? And we can talk about that. We can help you tweak it. We can help you take it from here to here. And here's why they should hire you. So, because I got around the right agents, and I had a call every Friday, I had a coach, I had consistency, basically the same thing we're doing here. It's just, it was more structured and formal, I guess. But I ended up doing 32 deals my first year, because, now my why was very big. My wife was home with our kids. It's all on me. There's going to be a closing this month or no food on the table, one of the two. So I better have a closing. So I busted myself and went after it, but I just surrounded myself by these agents, and I plugged into everything they were doing, and I learned marketing very fast. And so in 2.5 years, I'm in the top 20 in town in Colorado Springs. That wasn't just like, wow, aren't you lucky? No, I busted myself, but I got around the right people. And here you're around, between here and our different things we're doing, you're around the best agents in the business, literally. And you have access to that through EXP, through all the different things they're doing. Ways to set yourself apart. Here's why a buyer should hire me. Here's why a seller should hire me. I am better than everybody else because here's what I do and nobody else is doing it. There's things you can do like that and learn, but stay on top of the day-to-day things going on in the market, because it sets you up as the expert. It builds your credibility. You know what's going on. You know how to answer these questions. So does that make sense to everybody? Just things like, just little things like that can just help along the way. So, okay, I'll get off my soapbox
I
here.
think there's a lot of places to get a lot of scripts as well. It
For sure.
Makes me think that maybe, Jeff, we should find somebody that just does a whole lot on scripting and maybe have a class around that, where they can share some of their,
Sure.
scripts for buyers, scripts for sellers, have a PDF that we can share with everybody as well. And so we'll look into that. But in the meantime, I think you could also use some Chat GPT, right? And tell them who you are. Like, I want you to act like I'm an experienced realtor. I want you to give me, some scripts to use for lead conversion of a new buyer prospect that I'm going to be talking to, and see, what scripts it comes up with, prompting it, something like that.
I'm putting a couple things down here in the chat, just a couple of the sites that I do go to. That could be helpful for everybody. These are ones that I use. I'll tell you what, here's, let's see, this is pretty good. A lot of these update like daily. Inman News is good. You have to pay for it. I used to do it. I don't much anymore. They tended to be more of, I didn't like some of the stuff they were doing, but they do give you stuff. But anyway, there's a few things that you could look at. That first one I gave you, that Realtor magazine, like that one there, they just do daily updates on just things going on in the market. They'll keep you up on rates and all that kind of stuff. It's just good stuff. So anyway,
Well, and another one that's good, Jeff, that you do pay for, but you and I both subscribe to is Keeping
keeping
Current
current
Matters.
matters. Excellent.
That's another great one, and it's not very expensive. That if I was going to
Yeah,
pay for one, I like that.
that's the one, and that is a primary one. Keeping current matters like $50 a month, something like that. And
Mhm.
they got, like, I got mine set to post every day automatically for me on all my social media
Yeah,
because it'll do that. But then you go
yeah.
in and read the articles. They're quick little blogs. I put them over my BoldTrail page. Go back to that.
They do.
So
They do video update. They do video update marketing videos all the time.
yeah, all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah, so
definitely,
it's a good one for sure.
yeah. All right, it's good to see everybody. Join us back here tomorrow. We'll have a
Everybody,
regular weekly training. That'll be tomorrow. It's gonna be good. Lead conversion. We'll talk about it. So
yeah,
okay.
One more
see y'all
time before you
tomorrow.
leave, Jeff. Hoosiers?
Come on. Heck yeah. I'm getting I gotta go. I was telling my daughter, because my oldest daughter back in Colorado Springs, I have my 7-month-old grandson. I'm coming home with some Indiana gear and some Colts gear, and we got to indoctrinate him early here. So
That's right.
that
That's
7-month-old
right.
is going to have an Indiana
Got to
Hoosier
teach them
sweatshirt.
right.
What you need to find is an Indiana Speedo for Eric to wear when he has to run through the.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking about that too, Andy. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
And he sent that little image.
little bet we
Yeah,
have going
y'all
on.
got to sign up for EXPCon as soon as it comes out. We're going to have a real special guest join us at at our
Oh,
property
man.
event.
That's funny.
All right,
All right,
see y'all
guys.
tomorrow.
Have a
Bye.
great day. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.